at Sahasrara, you have to thank me. At Sahasrara, put your hand, move it 7 times and thank me 7 times. Mother, thank you very much for the realization. And Mother, thank you very much for making us understand how great we are. And thank you very much for bringing all the blessings of the divine. And thank you very much for raising us higher, much higher than from where we were. And also thank you very much for sustaining us and for helping us to improve ourselves and correct ourselves. And thank you very much ultimately that Mother, you have come on this earth, taken your birth and working so hard for us, for all of us. Press it hard and move it hard. Now take down your hands. Heads are all very hot. So now let us give ourselves a nice bandhan. In the bandhan of Mother, let us move our left to the right. 1, nicely. Understanding what you are. What are your auras? Now again, second one. Now the third one. Now the fourth one. Now the fifth. Now the sixth one. And now the seventh. Now raise your Kundalini. Raise your Kundalini. Slowly, very slowly. Raise it first time, you have to do it very slowly. Now push back your heads and give it a knot. 1 knot. Second one, let's do it very slowly. And knowing what you are, you are a saint. Do it properly. Properly. Do it properly, not in a haste. Take it to your head. Push back your head and give it 2 knots there. 1 and 2. Now let's do the other one. Again, the third one we have to give 3 knots. Very slowly do it. Very slowly. Now do it properly. Now push back your head. Now give it the third one. 3 times. Now see your vibrations. See your vibrations? Like this. All the children, see your vibrations like this. Put your hands. Step down it. Alright? Good. Beautiful. I am getting vibrations from you. May God bless. You must put some heated butter in the nose, all of it.
Inside?
Inside, with a dropper. All right?
Keep your heads right.
Heat butter and sieve it up. And then when it is slightly warm, not very warm, absolutely slightly warm, then put it in your nose. Very important, because I don't know, in this country people, it's a very simple thing to be done. Once in a while, about say 2-3 days later, or even every day you do, doesn't matter. It's like putting cream on your hands. You see, because the cold weather also chaps inside the lining of the nose. And when you put this, it makes the nose smooth and you don't get troublesome. It's very simple. All of you should do, all the Sahaja Yogis are supposed to do. There are so many things Sahaja Yogis are supposed to do. One of them is this, that try to keep your Hamsa Chakra alright. By keeping your nose alright, you keep your Hamsa Chakra better. So better use this simple method of heating some ghee, we call it. You see, you can prepare it, heated butter, keep it in a bottle with a dropper and heat it in the hot water. And then put it in the nose, just like that, in the night before sleeping. even in the ears, you must put olive oil. It's very important. For the teeth also, you must take some salt, put some olive oil, and rub your gums. With that, you won't have to go to the dentist anymore. That's the best. I've never been to a dentist all my life, and I don't want you to go to dentist anymore. So that's a very good way of rubbing your gums with vibrated salt and what you call the olive oil. Also, you must oil your heads every Saturday with so much of oil, nicely. Oil it, massage your head and sleep off, and next day wash off your head. You'll feel very much better. Even if you cannot get olive oil, the best is almond oil for the head. It keeps very peaceful. Especially your children, you must massage them till they are 5 years of age every night when they go off to sleep in the night. Nicely, or before sleeping. And then put some powder, clean it out and let them sleep. Then the children won't be running and upset and all that. They'll become very quiet children, well-behaved children. Because you people don't massage the children, all their lives they are jumping. And all their lives they are likely violent. You see, the nerves must be soothed down. A very simple method, and as you are realized people, you will soothe them much more. All these small things must be taken care of. You see? Now if you have too much of cold, just a minute. If you have too much of cold, then you can mix up little camphor with oil and put that in the nose. Little actually, not much. That also is very good. That also soothes your cold and puts you right. This country has one big problem is with chakra everywhere in the West because of the cold. And in Sahaja Yoga, it is compulsory that you must wear an undershirt. It is compulsory. Whatever may be, it is hot, cold, anything. In India, when you're steaming hot, you must wear an undershirt because when it is very hot, you start perspiring, and that perspiration causes problems. So, always wear an undershirt, whether you are in a hot season or a cold season. That's a compulsion for Sahaja Yogis that they must wear. And for all of them also is compulsory that they should always wear a muffler when they go out during winter time. It is an important thing. And also put some these cotton wools in the ears as I put it. For your sake I have to put it because you are careless. So I look after you by putting it to my ears like this. So you all should put it before going out. And keep your head covered in the night. When you sleep, cover your head with something and then sleep. Because most of the time your body is all covered but the head is not covered. Because now you are realized souls and your sahasrara is weak. So you must look after your sahasrara. Cover your head so that you won't have any problem. Also you must verify what sort of a person you are. If you have a liver problem, then you must get a diet for that, which is here, people will tell you. If you are a left-sided person, if you have left-sided problems, then you must know about the diet what you have to take. For example, a person who is a left-sided should not take carbohydrates at all. On the contrary, should eat proteins in whatever form it is possible. In Sahaja Yoga, you know we don't believe in vegetarianism or anything, but we do believe that the muscles of the bigger animals than us are not good for our teeth or for our body also, because the structure of a muscular cell of a bigger animal is much bigger than ours. And that's how they eat up. I mean, even by mistake if I eat some beef, or anybody asked me the other day, he had it, my teeth were swollen up. So that's what it happens. It is an automatic reaction. And we are not supposed to use plastics in our clothes. Also try to avoid. Some percentage of plastic can be used, but not all time plastics and nylons. And also the food should not be eaten in plastics. You can eat it in paper. Paper is all right because it is what you call as wood. It doesn't matter. But you shouldn't eat in plastic, food plastic with forks and spoons of plastic, and it's too much plastic in this country. So be careful, because plastic is anti-God. It is anti-human life. It is anti-biological processes. So avoid plastics as far as possible. Be careful on that. And also don't made something out of absolute plastic. Like I've seen that I wanted to buy one pair of slippers for myself. I couldn't get one in the whole of New York because I didn't want a plastic. And if you wear that, then you develop all kinds of skin troubles, skin diseases, so be careful on that. There are so many other things we have to be careful about. And because we have found out that these things are harmful, that's why we have made it compulsory that every one of you must be careful. Because now you have become the temple of God. And the temple of God should be healthy. We don't want tubercular patients to go around as saints. Nobody is going to believe that.
You just tell them about sugar.
Now there's another falsehood about, thank God it's now broken, that the sugar is against our growth and all that. Sugar is very important for attention, especially people who suffer from liver. For example, people who are thin mostly suffer from liver trouble. For them, sugar is so important that if they don't take sugar, they'll become like the sugar cane which is come out of the machine, pressing machine. See, they better take some sugar. Sugar is very important for your liver. Best carbohydrate is white sugar, not the red sugar. Red sugar is not good because it has got molasses. It's very heaty. Some people have funny ideas here. Also about food. Like some of them believe that if you eat natural food, like once I got something from natural store and I got diarrhea for 5 days because it was meant for animals, not for like some people eat what you call them cotton seed. Now cotton seed we give only to animals, we can't believe. But I have seen in Switzerland they give cotton seed in the bread. There was cotton seed in the bread. 1 or 2 is alright, but we just give it to buffaloes only. And that was given and you get diarrhea with it. You see, these are very strong things. In the same way, very soft food is also not good. We have to be in the center in everything. Don't eat very rough food. You see, like some of the bread in France, even in England we find, it breaks your gums completely. So that kind of a crispy stuff not needed. It should be said that your gums are looked after, they are delicate things, and have food which is good for you. Don't go with rationality, don't go with the fashions, but whatever is good for you, that should be done. And you find out about yourself, what is your temperament, what sort of a food will suit you, and accordingly you should eat. Of course, everybody is free to do what they like, but we can only advise them that this will suit you, and you will find it will be very helpful to all of you. It will help you. For your hair growth, also you should get vibrated oil and use it. Now, you'll be surprised that day somebody saw Warren and he said, is he the same fellow who looks much younger? So I said, yes, he had a bald head from here to here like that. And now he's grown hair. With proper care, you can have your hair quite intact for quite some time if you look after your hair. But hair is why important, it's not so much the look, but the sahasrara. And if you put oil in your sahasrara every week, you will have a smooth personality, a smooth behavior, a smooth movement. You deal with other people in a gentle manner. So this is very necessary. In India we actually have a big masseur attached to a family. You see, he's a very hefty fellow. And he comes to masseur the men, you see, and he just sits on their body and really finishes them off completely. At the first shot they are dead. Then he uses their body fully and puts it and sits on them and rubs them with it. One clap, you see 5-6 of them will be jumping on 5-6 people. With clap they'll go round. By the time the second clap comes in, the person is finished. That's how they manage. But there's no importance of massaging here, you see. And don't ask a non-yogi to massage you. Never. Don't allow anybody to touch you that way. Because you see, these people carry all bad vibrations and you may suffer. You must allow only the realized souls to massage you if possible. Or you yourself should massage yourself. But don't go to these masseurs and people who are massaging all kinds of people and they might be giving you some troubles. So one has to be very careful about certain things and certain personal habits also, which we have discussed. And you can ask Warren, he'll tell you about it, which are very important from Muladhara and all those things, which must be followed. Whether you are in England, America, anywhere, these must be followed to keep yourself clean outside and inside.
The kind of technique that we should use when massaging the children.
Any way you use is all right. But always put it upward, you see. The movement should be upward, but use oil, otherwise you pull out their hair. So use oil to put it upward.
And don't forget the sastra.
Sastara, don't forget. Sastara, you must put lot of oil on children.
I think we're going to need more hairdressers, people who can cut hair, who are realised souls, because they always touching us as star.
Yeah, otherwise you can grow Vastaha.
Mama, look at my hair.
We can grow our hair.
Yes, here up to here you can grow and cut them round.
And then when we're children with a
Facing
bow.
up, they call it.
You look like a philosopher, quite impressive. But you should not be a funny looking person or a jocular. That's one thing very important, you see. You have to not to adopt some funny methods, you see, like people have. Especially nowadays the fashion is to disable your hair and keep them absolutely disabled. There's no need to do that. It should be kept back over the forehead. Don't cover your foreheads or your eyes. Never.
It's only Agya Chakra.
Agya Chakra. You must keep it open. You see, always open. Parting. You must have a central parting if possible, but keep the forehead open. It's important. If you keep the forehead open, it's very good for others, you see. And don't cover your eyes with any hair. Many people have a habit of allowing the hair to come on the eyes, and you'll have squills. Children also never allow hair to come on their eyes. Then we have some things for the eyes also, what we call netranjan. I don't have now anything. But have some, they'll give you, which is to be applied first very carefully. Because if you are not used to it, it will little bit burn and the tears will start coming out of your eyes if you clear your eyes. You'll be surprised with that. If you use it, you don't develop these bags and things like that. And the water flows out. It's very simple thing. And for soap also, try to use natural soaps. Better is, because here the soaps are such that I don't know what to say. Is to take a little oil and heat with some cloves and let the oil be little bit cool down. When it is quite cool down, should not be burning hot at all, but just warm, you can feel it. Then put it in the ears.
Olive oil?
Olive oil is all.
Brother, could you explain to them the significance of vibrated sugar and vibrated salt and the giving vibrations to these things? They don't quite understand the significance of vibrating everything.
You see, because God has given you vibrations, the power is flowing through you now. The vibrations are there. So whatever you get from outside is touched by so many people. So many people have created it and they haven't got a good mind or maybe something wrong with them. Best thing is to give them a bandhan before eating. Any food you eat, you must give it a bandhan like this 3 times. So your vibrations flow into the food and you get it sanctified. Or else you can also use your hands for eating. If you have washed your hands, then it's alright. Or else, if you are taking the water, you can just put your hand there, it gets vibrated, then drink it. Because the thing is, the vibrations have started flowing through your hand, but still have not spread to your body fully. Photograph, you see, that becomes vibrated water. You can use for any purpose. You can put it for trees, you can do all these things, external use, you can use for anything. But if you have cleaned the photograph and all that, and if it is a clean photograph, then you can use it for drinking also. It's alright. Can be used for drinking also. Because vibrations are such that they kill all germs, everything. Because now for Ganges water we just drink like that, no problem. It never gets spoiled. You keep it for months together, it never gets spoiled. Because falling from the head of Shiva, it never gets spoiled. That's the sign of the river Ganges. You see, there is enlightenment in this part, but this part is still not so good. Alright? Now this kind of a hand, if you see, yellowish color. Alright? It means liver. This is a liver portion. definitely a liver patient. Now, for such a hand, what should you do is to take the water that I have given you and boil it with radish leaves, and take radish leaves and sugar with it. That water you have to take for some time, especially when you have this flood water. After that you should be careful because people can get jaundice. You see, this flood is not such a disaster. The after effects of floods are, this water is not good. You should not take any other water but spring water. Spring water you should drink, and as far as possible be careful about jaundice. If jaundice sets in, the only solution is that you should take radish leaves, eat lot of radish and boil it in that water that I give you today and put some sugar in it and just take that water, nothing else, because that's one thing one has to be careful. When such a flood comes in, the after effects of the floods can be felt. Alright? So we have to save the realized souls. They are very precious to God. And you must know how to save yourself from all these problems. So you should go, when you bring the water today, you also, radish leaves you should take, boil them. Alright? It doesn't say very well. Put the sugar in it. And you take that water for some time. And not any other water, as far as possible. Say 2 days or 3 days. Immediately you will find this will go away and you will feel better. Now it's better now. The color is much better. Can you see that? It's much better color now.
The red's coming back.
Red is coming now, see? It's much better, see? But it has to be done in such a way that it's established. See now, her hand. See now, her hand is better. You see?
This is normal color, that redness, right?
Still yellow. Still yellow, but not that much. It's very yellow. Alright? Jaundice. Do you get jaundice in this country?
Oh, yes, very much.
So one should know how to treat jaundice and look after yourself. Jaundice is really could be fatal and it's very dangerous because it spoils your liver very badly. So to be on the safe side, eat lot of radish and also take that water as I told for your jaundice. Kundalini. See, sickness comes to you, as I told you, through our centers getting exhausted. As this is one center, all right, on the left side, left sympathetic, the right sympathetic. And they join together, this is the center now. So we are using the energy of the center that is limited for our purpose, anything. Supposing, I'll give an example of a very good example of one Swadhisthana chakra. Is the center, in the second center, which looks after the aortic plexus in the medical terminology. But it's not complete, I mean it's one of the parts. Now the work of the Swadhisthana chakra, according to Sahaja Yoga, which has worked of course wonders with this theory, that it gives energy for the replacement of the brain cells. Because we never think about it. We are using the brain all the time, we don't think how it is replaced. Even in the medical science they don't think about it. So one of the works it has got, it moves here, and also it has to look after your liver, it has to look after your pancreas, it has to look after spleen, it has to look after your kidneys, it has to also look after the lower part of your large intestines. All right? Now, but all the time a person is thinking. These days everybody thinks too much and very futuristic. As a result, it cannot pay attention to all other things. So what happens? The first thing is affected is the liver. Now liver gets all the heat from the whole body and eliminates it. It's poison from the body, you can say, eliminates it into the blood circulation. It goes into the blood. Now when, you see, liver is not attended to or doesn't get sufficient energy, it starts working very hard. So it becomes overactive liver and this heat cannot be removed. So the heat starts rising upward and downwards. As a result, your the lungs are made of, as you know, they are made like a sponge. So it becomes coagulated. and you develop asthma. We cure asthma through liver, curable. Then it descends down. When it descends down, it affects your kidneys. By that you get high blood pressure. Also, the another thing you get is constipation. Then your pancreas is neglected. When pancreas is neglected, you get diabetes. Only the people who are thinking, sitting, planning for future get diabetes, never a villager. In India, if we go to a village, they'll say you have to put sugar as much that the spoon must stand at right angles. They take so much sugar. Nobody gets diabetes because they earn in the morning, nicely go home and sleep off. Here we think and think and think of the future. So the neglect of the pancreas gives you diabetes. Now we have many people who have cured of diabetes also. Then the third one is the worst, is the spleen. That the spleen is like a, we say rhythm, gives the rhythm. It's a speedometer in us. And supposing you are eating the food and suddenly you have to run, then you get a pain because it has to produce red blood corpuscles. But if you are always in an emergency in modern times as you are, first of all you read the newspaper, you are under shock. Because newspaper must shock you. So then another shock, then another shock. Then in the traffic you get a shock. So this poor spleen doesn't know how to behave in this crazy world. And it becomes very crazy and vulnerable. And with the slightest shock it can get blood cancer. I must tell you that we have cured really blood cancer patients. Absolutely cured, completely cured, without any medicine or anything. Absolutely cured. We have certificates and everything about them. And surprisingly all of them were architects. This is one. Then another thing, as I told you, it affects the kidneys and it affects also the lower intestines. So only one center, if you use it too much for one purpose, can give you all these troubles. And ultimately the heat might rise to your heart and you might have a massive heart attack. Especially if young people, if they are drinking too much, if they are playing tennis or of a very, any game which is like football or tennis, drinking too much and thinking too much, they might get a massive heart attack. And die very young, at a very young age, and it's absolutely fatal. If you get this attack at a young age, it's fatal. You cannot save them. The other way around, if you have inactive organs also, you can have inactive, also due to that also you get troubles. So when you treat somebody on its roots, it's very easy to solve the problem. See, supposing you have to treat a tree and you start treating all the leaves, it's very difficult. But if you can go to the roots, it's so easy, simple.
The cause for insomnia and how can it be eradicated? Ya Devi Sarvbhuteshu Nidra Rupena Sansita is written there. Is Nidra the deity and how is she to be appeased?
In what?
Nidra. Insomnia, loss of.
The question is about insomnia and what are the deities involved as far as the Nidra is concerned. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Nidra Rupena Saustita. She is the one who gives you sleep. Is the left side, is the Mahakali. That one gives you a sleep. And to get to her, you must raise your Mahakali Tattva. So all those people who have insomnia business should raise the left side and put it to the right. Try about 108 times first of all. Then you have to do some deep breathing. In deep breathing, you go to your left side more. And with deep breathing you relax and then you put your attention to Sahasrara and sleep off. But insomnia is absolutely curable in Sahaja Yoga if you know how to put left to the right. After that you should also clear out your Agya Chakra. Like this, if you turn your Agya Chakra, you can do it, or ask some Sahaja Yogi to take turn your Agya Chakra or put your hand on the Agya Chakra. But the problem is if you ask any other Sahaja Yogi, he might get insomnia. So best thing is you use my photograph and try to turn your Agya Chakra like this. Also you can use the kumkum to put there, which will make you sleepy. And if you try to sleep in complete darkness. Never try to sleep when there is any streak of light coming in the room, because as long as Surya is there, your Agya chakra takes over, and when the Surya is there, that light makes you feel very active, overactive sometimes, and you cannot sleep. And this insomnia is absolutely curable. You don't take any medicines or anything for that. Another thing, taking tea like this in the night. अपने सहयोगियों में जो कलेक्टिवली प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, मैं सोचती हूँ कि आँख लोगों की कमज़ोर है यहाँ, और मैं देखती रही कि बहुत लोगों की आँख यहाँ कमज़ोर है। उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए? उसके लिए आप लोग एक दूसरे की मदद करनी पड़ेगी। फ़ोटो के सामने में लाइट रखने की, और किसी उम्र के बाद तो आँख ज़रा कम हो जाती है, पर तो भी उसको ताकत देने के लिए कि उससे ज़्यादा न खराब हो, तो एक लाइट आगे की ओर रखने की फ़ोटो के सामने, और एक लाइट हाथ में किसी भी कैंडल स्टैंड में ले करके, और पीछे की साइड में यहाँ पर पीछे की आज्ञा पर ऐसे ऐसे जैसे आरती उतारते हैं, इस तरह से आरती उतारते हैं। एक जो सामने बैठे हैं अपना राइट हैंड फोटो की तरफ में और लेफ्ट हैंड ऐसा करके बैठे, और पीछे में उनकी आरती इस तरह से उतारी जाए। जब वो आरती हो जाए तो फिर नीचे बैठ करके लाइट के सामने हाथ रखें और राइट हैंड ज़मीन पर। लेकिन यहाँ वाइब्रेटेड पानी आपको दिया गया है, उसमें थोड़ा सा जो वाइब्रेटेड शुगर है उसको मिला करके और घोल के चम्मच से और 2 बूंद आँख में डाल लें, चाहे गुलाब जल में मिला लीजिए। गुलाब जल में वो पानी और शुगर मिला के और आँख में डालने का, और थोड़ी देर आँख बंद करके जब उसका पानी निकल जाए तो ठीक है। और शहद भी आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, चीनी की जगह शहद। कभी करिए शहद दे देंगे तो शहद वाइब्रेट कर देंगे। शहद आँख में लगा लें और गुलाब जल में पानी डाल के आँख में छोड़ देने से वो धुल जाएगी आँख से। थोड़ी देर शहद लगा के छोड़ दिया, आँख से पानी निकल जाएगा, फिर गुलाब जल में पानी डाल के उससे आँख धोना चाहिए। आँख की रोशनी ठीक होती जाएगी। लेकिन अगर एज ज़्यादा है आपकी, और अगर 50 साल के बाद सिर्फ ये होता है कि जैसी आँख है उतनी रहेगी, उससे बढ़ेगा नहीं, कम से कम इतना हो। और ये कमज़ोरी आती है मछली खाने से। बहुत मछली खाते हैं, उसमें फास्फोरस होता है। फास्फोरस खाने से वो फास्फोरस हमारे यहाँ बर्न कर जाता है, और इसकी वजह से ये तकलीफ होती है। तो मछली कुछ कम खाएं, मुश्किल है बंगाली लोग के लिए।
ये प्रयोग क्या रात में सोने से पहले करें?
हाँ, कभी भी करिए, सवेरे करिए, सोने से पहले करिए। 2 मरतबा करें तो अच्छा है शुरू में। और जिनकी आंखें अच्छी हैं वो भी करें तो उनकी आँख खराब नहीं होगी जल्दी।